to Coffee and Chaos. I'm Melina, your host. Please forgive me.
Already?
Yeah, well, no, not like that. Meaning we were having, it is Daniela's birthday, but
Yay.
Tom,
Happy birthday, Daniela.
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Daniela, the birthday girl. She's 29 for all of you that are asking.
Yes. Actually, tomorrow is my birthday, not April Fool's. April 2nd.
April. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
today we're
Not April
recording
Fools.
on April 1st. It's tomorrow.
Right. But we're partying all month, so, you
There
know.
you go.
She's
We
like,
are.
oh,
If you want to make plans, let me know.
Technically, yeah. She's getting booked up.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
her dance card's getting filled.
Mm-hmm.
Trina,
Hello, Pa.
let me see your shirt. Okay, so
Oh, it says Thug Life.
Daniela just made a point, though. As much as we love them and we love that shirt and they're awesome, they were playing our age
Mhm.
when that series was going on.
Yep.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I used to watch it with my mom, but
But
So-
one of them was older, right?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, the mom.
Sophia.
Mom is really old.
Sophia.
Yeah.
she was
she's
her
great.
mom.
She was the mom to the tall one.
Yes. Deb is her
Dorothy? No.
Dorothy.
No,
Wait,
is
was it Dorothy?
No. There's
What?
Blanche, Sophia.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Betty
dear.
White was Dorothy.
I don't know. I was thinking
someone's
Wizard of
gonna have to
Oz.
Google it.
Sophia, Dorothy, Blanche, and then what's the other one? Oh my gosh, how do we not remember? Oh dear Lord. But
Blanche.
it was a whole different era, whole
I don't
different
know.
their 50 is not our 50. Thank God.
Yeah,
Why?
different time.
What do you mean why?
You want hair like
You
that?
want to look like that at 50?
I mean, I like her.
That's because she's a goody two shoes.
And everybody loved it. And everybody loved it.
She's like, well. She's like,
Wow.
well,
And they lived in Miami, yeah?
yeah. You sounded Mexican right now. They lived in Miami, yeah? Sounded
Very much Samoan. Mexican by injection.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Oh, well, thank God he
Rose.
did that and took away
Rose,
from
that's
what
right.
you
Oh,
just said.
Rose.
Rose. That's who we forgot,
And
Rose.
Dorothy.
Rose.
Yeah,
That's a name you don't hear anymore, Dorothy.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
an
that's
old
why I was
school
like,
name.
Wizard
Or
of Oz.
Blanche.
Or Blanche.
I've never heard. I only knew Blanche on here. I never.
Which one was the fun one?
the
That was Rose,
the
right?
promiscuous one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rose.
Rose. No,
No, it
that's
was
Betty
Blanche.
White.
Yeah.
It was Blanche. It was Blanche.
Man hungry,
confident.
Blanche. Yeah.
Oh, is that what we
Man
called it back then?
Man
Man hungry.
Confident Southern Belle who
Mhm.
owned. Oh, she did own the home, huh?
Mm.
Yeah.
The man hungry woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Look at Tom. Tom's like,
He's like, where's she at? Where's Blanche?
you want a Blanche in your life, Tom?
Everybody needs a Blanche at least
Mm-mm.
once in their life.
She owns her own house, though.
Okay, so which one are you?
I think I'm a bit towards Sophia, and
What?
I'm the sharp
Tongue, elder. Yes.
Yeah.
Elderly mother?
Well, sharp tongue.
Yeah, she was kind of like a snoot,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to be a Blanche.
you're saying you're
I
a
want to
snoot.
be a Blanche now.
I think she's
You
more
want-
like. I think she's more like the mother, the old lady.
That's
Yeah,
what,
that's her.
that's what we said,
Oh,
Sophia.
okay. Yeah.
Which one?
Sophia.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
which one are you, Daniela?
I don't know.
Which one do you want?
I'm more witty, sarcastic.
Oh, you're
Dorothy?
Dorothy?
Yeah.
So you're Sophie's daughter.
daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Mhm.
Yes.
Nobody wants to. Oh well, you could be Rose. Trina.
Well, I do want to be Rose, but I don't want to be a naive widow.
Well,
Her charming, bizarre anecdotes.
I think that fits you.
Okay, great. So who's going to be Blanche? Tom?
Tom's the only one left.
Tom needs to be Blanche.
Comfort.
Lives a good
confident.
life.
Yeah. Hey.
She was just living life at that
She
point.
was.
She didn't care.
Mhm.
She didn't care. Bring it.
Yep. You need to be that.
I don't
That's-
care.
Okay.
I got that part.
So
we-
Tom's wearing some sunglasses. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
By
He has a black
request.
eye.
By request.
Yeah.
A
Special
TikToker,
request.
a TikToker, a woman to boot. We won't call your name out, but made a rude comment about his sunglasses.
No, without.
What did she say?
sunglasses.
Well, it was a compliment, right? She said you look good with your sunglasses.
Nope, that's not what she said.
Oh, what'd she
Better.
say?
You look better with your sunglasses on.
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
But it wasn't even like somebody who posts on her thing and shows her like You should never insult a person on social media if you look like how you look half the time.
Right.
Like,
Or if you're afraid to post
Yeah.
pictures.
Well, is
of
that
yourself,
her-
like your
but
true self?
A lot of those things are they set those little profiles up just so they can go talk smack.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
Oh.
So that's
Yeah.
all right.
They're just rage
We're
baiting.
still good.
yeah, rage
That's
bait.
called trolling, right?
It's
Trolling.
Yeah.
Yes, there
Yes.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably looks like a
Oh,
troll.
she's a keyboard gangster.
There you go.
Yeah, she's a keyboard gangster. Yep.
Damn.
So I have a question because Trina said something on the way here, and you heard it in Tom. Well, I'm just saying.
well, yeah,
There was a man,
Training his dog.
like
who
literally
was very well behaved.
Yeah.
Yes, and we literally mean an animal dog, not anything crazy. He was training his dog, and so when we went into Starbucks, we saw him doing it. We're leaving. I shouldn't even be saying Starbucks. We're totally against Starbucks, but anyways.
No, we're not.
Yeah, because I think we're not supposed to go to them.
Why?
I think they're on strike somewhere.
Oh.
All right.
So,
whatever.
okay,
We're gonna get
So,
sidetracked.
so we're leaving, and the guys, I didn't think was that bad, but you said
No, it wasn't bad. It was just he was really hairy. His
he
face.
had a mustache, a full beard,
Okay.
and his beard was gone.
So at first, when you made the comment, I was thinking when you said, "Ew, who could kiss all that fur on the face?" I thought he had gave his dog a kiss, and I'm like, shit, like I kiss my dog all the time. Is she saying I'm gross? Because like I give him little besitos.
Well, then that's
and
how
I'm
you
like,
do it.
And he's
See, you
full
know how
of
to do
hair.
it.
But
You'd
I
be
didn't
fine with the
realize
guy with
that
the
you were
beard.
talking about the guys' hair. So like,
hair was like this.
how much hair is too
It was
much
like
hair?
this. Yeah.
And I didn't even notice that. And I'm like looking over at Lena, like I'm thinking something totally different. Like, dude,
She's like, help me.
I mean, but
I literally just kissed my dog before we left. Like, don't
You're
be
like, dang.
starting
And that's
shit
how you
out.
kiss that kind of guy. The
You're
same way
like-
you kiss the dog.
she's like, damn,
All
we
the
can't
fur.
be friends.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
But I
yeah.
don't think that what he had, it does, like that's hair. No matter what, that's hair. So whether if it's longer or not, does it make a difference?
like
it's
you're talking about like if he has to pull his mustache back to give you a kiss.
Yeah.
That's too much.
I mean, it doesn't make any difference. He's not my man. And you made a great point. The women that are with those men, they figure it out.
Yeah.
They know it's
Yeah.
that was hold on, that was Solomon's point.
Yeah. that
No,
was
she
my
said it
point.
too.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
Well,
trying
I'm always going to give the woman credit.
Wow.
Yeah, just kidding, Solomon.
All
Wow.
right, so I have a funny story.
Tell us.
So my roommate he goes, "Hey Tom, do you care about wrinkles?" I say, "Yeah, I care about wrinkles." He says, "Well, his wife or his girl, whatever, she's an esthetician. She doesn't live there anymore." And he goes, "Well, this stuff's in the medicine cabinet. It's been here for a couple years already. Why don't you take it?" I said, "Okay." So he gives me this spray, whatever. It's wrinkle, gets rid of wrinkles or whatever it says on, like in a white and black bottle, kind of classic looking. I'm grabbing like, "Oh, cool, man." Oh, so, it's like one of those sprays where you spray, like a mist, right? So
Uh-huh.
I grab it and spray it. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, this smells good. It's nice, right?" So I use it. Next day, I grab the bottle, start spraying it again. I'm like, man, I wonder what kind of stuff does it have inside here? So I'm reading, essential oils, this, that. I'm like, oh, all right. And let me see the directions. Because, guys, they never read directions, right?
You already sprayed it on your face twice.
Right. But they don't read directions.
smell
That's what they do. They build something. I don't need the direction. I can just build it without it, right?
Right, the door
so I go to
opens the
read
other
it,
way.
and it says, spray this from 6 inches away on all fabric types.
Oh.
It's
First
wrinkle.
of all, what was the expiration date?
You're kidding me.
No,
No.
You're kidding me. I'm
Was it for
dying.
your face?
It's for,
Ah.
it's for
It
the
wasn't for
clothes.
your
Your
face.
friend
No,
never
it's for
read the bottle.
fabric.
Your friend never read the bottle.
He didn't either. He said,
didn't.
well, it's in the
For
medicine
wrinkles.
cabinet. Why would it be in there? And I said, oh, shit, man.
It was for wrinkles on
Because
clothes.
most product doesn't say wrinkle eraser. It says to smooth or plump your skin. Like women, like that'd be insulting.
But he's
To
a
me, I don't
man,
have
though.
wrinkles.
He's a
It's like
man. He ain't gonna read that.
smoother, glassier looking.
If you saw this bottle, I'll show you the
It's like
picture
the travel
later.
size that you take when you're going on vacation.
Yeah, it's like so big. It looks just like you would have something to do your
So
face.
did it work?
I don't know, but it smelled good.
You did.
Because if it
Wait,
worked,
when did you do
know,
that? Was it this week?
Yeah, just the other day.
Oh,
2
I'm
days
dying.
ago.
You look a little better.
I'm dying.
Is that why you had the
Looking a little
glasses on?
smoother.
Yeah.
So, wait. So, are you still using it?
Hey, just you still using it?
Oh, but I might have a secret that everyone's what's
Hey,
your
just
secret,
wear it on
Tom?
your clothes.
It smells so good, and
Yeah.
your face looks so smooth.
Did you tell Larry what you did?
Yeah, when I came in, he was freaking busting
Bounty
up.
sauce.
Like, holy shit. Well, he says it's in the medicine cabinet.
Snuggle.
Your girl probably didn't even know. She probably thought it was something.
Well, but the fact that he said it had been in there for a few years,
He
It could-
never
it would've
read the
ex-
bottle.
yeah, like it expiration.
There's a lot of shit like that
They're
that doesn't
men.
really
Good thing you didn't
matter
spray it
with
anywhere else on
expiration
yourself.
dates. I don't,
Yeah.
whatever.
Did you hear
Give
what
me that
Trina
shit.
said?
What?
Thank God you didn't spray it anywhere else.
He's like, wow, that smells good.
Yeah.
Thank God
That's
you didn't get that
hilarious.
in
That's
your eye.
classic.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
I'm never going to let you live that down because Tom is like, I know all. I don't need anybody. I got
I bet you're going to be reading the labels from now on, though.
You know what? I'm like, you guys, everybody deserves to be able to laugh. If you guys want to laugh at me, that's fine. You can
You know
laugh
what,
at
though?
me. Like,
Laughing.
I'm. If I can laugh with you, laughing at me,
I was
then it's all
laughing before
cool,
you
right?
told the story.
But you know
but
what?
like-
I was looking.
Hey, that's right there. That's it. I don't have to find it.
I was dying.
That looks
Now,
like
Crease
that-
release.
That looks like something that would be for your face.
No.
Let's be real.
Crease release.
well, what it said like that, but I'm
No.
classic
No.
wrinkles, right?
No. I'm
No,
worried. I'm
no,
worried for you.
I'm dead.
Crease
release.
It's by the laundress. And if you do laundry, that would,
Well,
at first I'd be like,
not the laundress. We're not pro laundry.
Crease
like-
release. Not wrinkle.
Not
Nothing
wrinkle.
wrinkle. Crease release.
removes wrinkles.
You have creases on your face?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
Oh my God.
You know what?
the fact that Solomon, the fact
your
that
skin
you
does
You found the
what?
exact one.
At first,
That's
I was like,
awesome.
wow, he's getting into like skincare regimen.
yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking, oh, I got some stuff that you could try because I got like,
Well, my
Good
son,
shit,
my
that's
son's
like-
really good about that. My son's the one
Yeah.
that says, Dad, you need to
Put
start
something on your
using
face,
stuff on your
sunscreen.
face. for
You
sun-"
probably should
And I
have.
got sun cancer. So
Yeah.
he was more so like, hey, Dad, you need to start putting this and that. And,
No matter
You know,
what.
put a moisturizer on
Uh-huh.
after you
You probably should
wash
have
your face
consulted
and
with
do all
him
this-
first.
Huh?
You should have consulted with him first. You should have sent him the picture and said, what about this, son?
I'm
You know
trying.
what? I don't give a
This
shit. It
is-
smelled good. I might keep on trying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I can't believe that Solomon found that. That is
Yeah, your
like-
skin
You're
looks
good,
smoother.
Solomon. You're
You're
good.
really
Are
good.
good.
Your
Good.
skin looks smoother. Smell his skin. Does
It's
it
not
smell-
on
No, I'm
today.
scared.
You watch it.
Do it again. I just did it 2 times.
Like I ain't taking nothing from your medicine cabinet ever again.
If I didn't want you guys to be able to talk shit, I wouldn't have told the story.
Oh, we're talking
So I'll just, you can go ahead. You can let me
Never
know.
again.
It's just because you're so like
Yeah.
on it. The fact that you did
I
something
was
like that
happy
is-
though. I'm like, look at he's gonna put like some nice stuff on
Yeah.
his face. He cares.
After
like
he just told us,
just
who
did-
care how you are? Just embrace how old you are. Just act.
I didn't
you know,
say that.
What did you say?
no.
Oh, you asked me the date. You asked me, don't ask a girl her age. And I'm saying, man, you look good. You look great for your age. Who cares how old you are then? Go
We
for it.
do.
I don't
We
care how old
do.
I am.
I don't. You know what? There's a song.
because-
You don't care because you're married.
They
There's
still
a
think I'm my
song-
daughter's sister. So
No,
all right.
no, I don't care
So
because
recently, there's a song, and it's called "Another Day Old," the most beautifulest song, and it's talking about that. Like, if we could get to those ages, we'll be lucky, to be that one day,
Right.
to be
Earn
old,
every
yeah,
wrinkle,
just-
earn
yeah.
every.
I listened to that the
you
other
know.
day and got me thinking things a whole little different way. I'm like,
Aw.
I'm gonna embrace being an old man. You know,
Listen, you can still put lotion and wrinkle.
I'm not
stuff
saying
on
don't
your
take care of
face.
yourself. I take care of myself
Yeah.
forever. I always have. Like that's just
Yeah,
been my
your
makeup
skin is
from
your biggest
forever.
organ.
But
you know,
well, I didn't take care of my skin so well. But
Well, we know you have because your face is flawless.
Like a
Danielle.
China doll.
It is a China
Thank
doll.
you.
Yeah.
because I do have a cabinet full of shit.
you
Is it
used
expired.
the what did it say?
What was it? What was it?
Crease
Solomon?
release?
Crease release?
Crease
I don't know. It's in
release.
Korean, so it probably does say something about bitches for your wrinkles. But
That Korean
Uh,
stuff's supposed to be like the best.
I've always used like micro needling and all that other stuff because I'm so fair skinned that if I get any kind of melasma
Okay,
on my
Snow
face,
White.
like you could really tell.
Yeah.
So
Snow White.
it's
Yeah.
different than a freckle. You like I could tell when I'm like, oh, okay, like that's pretty bad, pretty
Yeah.
prominent. So
You have for you guys that can't really see it. She has flawless
yeah, she
skin.
does have.
yes, she does. I
Or
try.
China doll.
Are we ready to cry?
No.
No,
That's another reason we got the glasses on, just in case it gets deep in here.
And the box of tissue is ready.
the
Right here.
tissues,
Where's mine at?
the tissues.
So I'm like,
You can't start crying before you
I
announce
know.
I know she did. She choked up a little bit
it.
there.
I know.
As parents, 1, 3, 2/5, I always say. My
What?
sister, kids.
How many?
You have 3 kids.
Oh.
I was like, did
But
I
then
miss one?
slash she has grandbabies.
I was like,
No, I was
yeah, but
looking over there.
grandbabies are different because that's your
Yeah.
do-over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're fixing everything up.
So you're 3, you're 1 and 2 / my sister's 3 that I claim, and you're 4.
Boys.
I know all boys too.
Mhm.
Like, oh,
Did you
boy.
ever want a girl?
Yeah.
Or did you try for a girl? Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just didn't happen.
How do you
Been
how
your
do you
little
try for a
princess.
girl?
My
Wait.
mom is one of 9 girls. So, I always say, well, when I started to try on my side, I was just making up for my grandpa.
You were
so I
going to
was
get
never
to
gonna
8
get-
and they were going to be all boys and
Probably.
tried for 9, it would have been a boy. And you're
Right.
going to be like, okay.
So, yeah.
Now you're gonna have all girl granddaughters watch,
Yeah,
and that's
possible.
when we're gonna see Tom become like this just sap of a guy,
Just walking around with
and
his little
just-
grandbaby.
and just give in to everything and say, I understand women now.
Princess
she's
dresses.
a little chubby, and it's
tea
okay that she's a
parties,
little chubby.
Tea parties.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to paint your little
do whatever she
nails.
wants.
I could
She
do
can do
tea
whatever
parties
she
and all that,
She's
but
going to
I'm
put
not
lotion
gonna
on your
lower
face.
anything
Paint his
to,
toenails.
We're
no,
going
I'll
to
still have
Disneyland
standards.
next week for her 3rd birthday.
Yeah.
Bippity boppity boop.
Uh-huh. Don't say you're not.
Going to what?
You're going to Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Like,
For her
Oh.
3rd birthday.
she's going to get the whole princess treatment.
Look at him. He's like, I don't know.
You're going to buy the prettiest
that.
dress. It's going to be like she's her quinceañera at 3 years old.
She's gonna have to double back.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's tired, you're going to carry her little wand for her and everything.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You'll be like, come here, I'll carry you.
I
You have to
got
keep
you.
walking.
I
Yeah,
got
we
you.
don't need the
parents are
wagon.
being
It's
mean.
okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So
We're done picking
we're
on you.
done. We're done.
We're not done. We're just getting started.
Yeah.
Because we know all that payback's going to come
Yeah.
through his granddaughters. So as parents, obviously not one parent is perfect. I don't know if you call them regrets or just life lessons or moments of regret for sure, like that rare moment or something where we've messed up or wish we could do things differently. And Tom and I talked about this, but Daniela and I were at Disneyland one day and we were just walking around and I looked at her and I almost got teary-eyed and I said, I wish I was financially stable where I am today when my kids were younger, because I wasn't. And I feel like they got some of it. They felt it because
Stress.
yes. And so I just feel like where or what could we have done differently? Wish we would have done differently, or like have we gone to like our kids and said like, and it's not about our parents, it's about us as parents.
Right.
Like I was telling you, like there was moments that I snapped because I was trying to pay bills, trying to drop off, pick up, take to practice, go here, and then they'd ask something, and I would just be like, wow, and I felt bad because in the moment I just took life out on them, and I've had to go back.
we were in a survival mode all the time, trying to put out this fire to get to that fire, to do, just, constantly trying to deal with whatever was on the plate, and so you don't just calm down and relax and take it easy and take the moment in. No, because you know that I can't just chill really here. I got to still get them home, make food, get them in the bath, do this. They have school projects that, I got to do homework with them. You can't just be chilling, that's nothing's
There
going to
was-
happen
there
that
was
way.
no chill
Well, you
moment,
just
yeah.
kind of take it all in and just be all cool and slow and everything. So there's a party that needs to keep it going, but how do you knock it out and keep it going, but at the same time, take a breath now and then and be able to kind of be cool and just like, with all the stresses of the world, you're broke as shit. You're trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for the lights, how I'm going to pay
Yeah.
this. I don't even barely have enough money I got $100. How I'm going
much can I
to
put
stretch
towards
this
my
$100
electricity bill?
out to get to my next check, and
Well,
everyone's fed and
Her
everything.
and I were talking
you know?
about that, and I thought when we were IDs, which is like once you get in full time in our union and you're like still at the bottom, even though you're in full time, for those that are listening that don't understand it.
Mhm.
Even then, I thought I was the only one that was like car payment, car insurance, rent, Lorraine's softball fees, right? Like, which one do I pay? Even though we were
Right.
making decent money,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I thought it was just me.
Like every week you're calculating, if I take this job, Or if I take this job, okay, so
I'm
your
gonna cry 'cause I
your
thought
job
literally it
goes
was
with
just
your
me.
break, but I'm making more money. But I got, I'm there longer. My breaks are crappy, so then I can't pick her up from school. But then, do I have somebody to pick her up from school? And so it was a constant battle.
But until you
but I
and
worked
I,
general. I the whole time Missy was in school,
Yeah.
I worked general.
but
I was in the
until
gang,
you and I
just,
had that talk,
Mhm.
I thought I was the only one that
Yeah.
went through that.
Yeah. I would take Misty down to 205 when I would check in, like when the first ship would get there. And I remember it was during spring break, and we get there, and usually she would just wait in the car. I had a little blue Explorer, right? And so she's sitting in there, and she sees everybody from the gang, Jack and Billy and everything, and they're getting ready. They're gearing up. Everybody parked and geared up at the back of their truck, right?
You want to explain for people that are listening what a gang is like?
So ship gang is general cargo. It's boat cargo. It's very manual, hands-on.
Yes.
Everything's taken out with the winch. So you're down in there in the grind. It's not in a container. It could be anything from pallets of wood to ingots to
Steel.
the solar blades that are out in Palm
Yeah.
Springs. We did that for years. To military. We had a lot of Navy stuff at that time. So I remember, this particular time, I brought Misty and my bulldog that I had that time, Kaboom. The guys are getting all set up, right? So I'm going to go check in, and we're walking down the High Line, which is in front of all the warehouses. And Misty goes, "Mom," and she's little. She's holding my big ass bulldog, and I go, "What?" She goes, "Work with pirates." And I was like, "What?" She goes,
how cute.
"You work with pirates," because they all put bandanas on. They're getting their gear,
Yeah.
their rebar for their whatever. They're taking
Yeah.
all their stuff out and everything.
And she thought it was so cool.
And she looks at the ship, and it's got winches on it.
Yeah.
It's not a crane, so to her that looks like a mast. Like
Yeah.
Pirates of Caribbean.
Yeah.
She's like, "You work with pirates," and everybody thought it was the cutest thing. I will
Yeah.
never forget that. She's with our dog Kaboom going
Yeah.
down the High Line, and Chuck and everybody's there. They're like, "Hey, Chucky," all the dogs here. I just started laughing because she thinks I'm working with a bunch of pirates. I love it. And I let her think that for like forever, right?
Yeah.
We go home and we enjoy until I have to come back to work. But yeah, there was times like that where it was like spring break where I didn't have money to have an early drop off, the extra $60 to take her to Peck Park so they could take her to school for me. Or, you know what I mean? Like when she went off on spring break, I had to find other daycare.
Did you ever talk about that? Because I know I didn't, because I felt like I was the only one in that position. But because we didn't really talk about things like I grew up in a thing where like what happens in our house stays in. I think it was that whole era, that whole generation.
Yeah.
So I never discussed that with people. I just felt like I'm the only one. I'd be like, okay, like let's go.
But like
here,
out
let's
of
go do
all
this,
my
like-
friends, I was the only one that had a kid.
Oh, so you were the only one that kind of felt that.
Yeah, because in my group, nobody else had kids. Sunshine, my friend Brandy,
Yeah.
none of them had kids. I was the only one with a kid that had to deal with that on my own.
Yeah.
Now, some of the guys had kids, but they had wives,
They had
at,
wives
home
at home,
and whatever. Missy was my responsibility all the time. So yeah.
Well, that's how I felt with the two because I had Lorraine at 16.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
with the two, it was a little bit like, okay, thank God for,
But when you're in the hustle, you're not thinking about telling other people either, because at that time,
I think I was embarrassed.
but it was normal for us.
But I was like, what am I doing wrong?
Like
that I'm not that like this to me, I felt like I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
And I felt like I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was life.
I'll tell you, I knew every back street in Pedro, how to get up to her daycare, and this and that. And I was cutting through alleys. I knew the back alleys of every store to cut through to pass traffic, to get to Peck Park, to get her to 7th Street School, to wherever she needed to go. And I don't know how I did it.
I loved that the kids knew the casual hall process. Like Lorraine knew because she was there. Seth he didn't come till later. But even by the time I was in full time and I was nights and all that, they knew, okay, dispatch started at this time.
Oh, yeah.
What job did you get? Where are you driving machine at?
Did you park inside the parking lot?
Yes. If
So
I had
Missy
the
knew
kids,
when we got there, she would dip underneath the blanket. And then I find a spot, and then she would pop up with her little curly hair, and everybody's like, "There's Misty," And so even to this day, like when I see some people that I haven't seen in forever, they're like, "I so remember her and her little curly hair," just like
Tom had a wife, so his 4 boys. They didn't ever go with you to the hall or anything.
A couple times, like Joe went down there with me, but he was grown.
Yeah,
He was grown by that time.
So I think
So
for
that
me,
whole-
that would be my biggest,
Them
like,
going out with when I had my moving and storage company would go with me all the time to jobs and
so they
things
saw
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They would go on moves with me sometimes,
Really?
I would take like I would have guys load up a truck, and if it wasn't that difficult, I would take two of my boys. Sometimes I take my nephew. Sometimes I take my nephew and my dad. But I would take them to make the trip. Like, hey, let's go on a trip. We're going to Oakland. Oh, you're going to see San Francisco. What? Okay, now let's roll.
Oh.
Then we go, and then all we have to do is unload it, and
Did they
we
help
could eat
unload it?
whatever. Yeah, whatever steak dinner, whatever we want to do. Of course, somebody had to help unload it. So they were going with me and yeah, like it's only unloading. It's not like
Right.
we're loading. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times we load and unload the same day.
Yeah.
All we have to do is just go get it unloaded. So depending on how difficult that job was, I could take them, or I could take one and my dad.
Mhm.
And I would
Yeah.
go on trips and try to make it, as best as I could. But one of the things that I do remember, some men, they don't want to go do side jobs. They don't go do none of that stuff because they're like, no, I'm going to stay home on the weekend. I'm going to be with my family. And there was part of me that said, hey, you're being lazy, right? You're being lazy. So for me, I couldn't do that because I didn't know what next week was going to bring and how much work. So when I had an opportunity for work, I capitalized every single
Right.
time
Right.
because I didn't know how rough it was going to get the next month, because there was times when it went up and down, right? So,
Do you mean
So I
rough
felt
about your
rough with
finances,
work, money,
Oh, okay.
everything, right? So that's how it is, right? So you make it, you tan while the sun is shining. You don't just,
Yes.
hey, okay. So, but with that said, I was a man that I will never ask for help unless I've done everything in my power on my own and feel that, hey, I've worked every day it was possible. And if I was short and I had to go to my uncle and say, hey, I need to borrow $1,000, the mortgage low, whatever. But I know in my heart that I did everything. But if I was a guy just chilling out and some of my buddies came and said, oh, you can make $300 today, go knock this wall down on a Saturday in the hot ass summer day. And I'm like, oh no, I'm just going to chill with my family, which I knew people that did that. So I looked at him like, no.
I'm gonna go make 3 bills right now.
Yeah, I have to. But the problem was I was thinking I was being responsible and being a good father, but I was gone all the time.
So is that one of the things that you think you not regret, but you wished you would have did a little
A
differently?
little bit different, yeah.
So that you
I
could have
think
been with your family?
a little bit, yeah. A little bit slowed down, a little bit more. I did later as my boys got a little bit bigger. So I did construction also. So I had a moving and storage company. I did the casual, I did construction, but like I was working all the time, like all the time. I would even do you're in the middle of the night, you're doing, casualing, and then you're running back, and I'm painting a place.
4 boys.
At one in the morning, I'm inside a house working in the house because I have a deadline to get it done. Like I'm just going. Like so, when they got a little bit bigger, I would bring them out to the jobs.
So they could see what you were doing.
So not only could they see what I was doing, but they would learn how to make money and learn skills.
Yeah.
So they learned, the moving and the stuff like that. But I also took them, okay, well, hey, you guys want to make some money? I would make an envelope and like, yeah, Dad, I want to make some money. Okay, we're going to go and do this demo over here. Come on over with me. And sometimes be like, no, I want to go with my friends. I don't want to do that. Okay. When they did, I would fill it up with cash. And then like, say 2 weeks later, I'm going to the movies. All right, well, how much do you want out of your money? Oh, I need $40. Okay, I'm going to put $40. And you initial it. But I taught them.
So good.
I taught them how to, for one, do it. You're going to do some on your own. I'm just going to give it to you all the time, And my dad, one of the things and I used to hate it when I was younger, but my dad was a guy that's like, oh, you want a new bike? Yeah, Dad, I want this new bike. It's the GT. It's the coolest thing. I want this bike, Like, okay, you pay for half, I pay for half. I'm like, man, I'm only 12. How do I get $150? All right, well, wash my car, go and pick up bottles, pick up cans, like do what you got to do, hustle. I had paper route. And so, but with that, you have skin in the game, right? You're involved. So even today, my son, he's doing plumbing school. He's like, hey, Dad, remember you always said if I pay half, will you pay half? Yeah. But you think that the kids, like there's a lot of your parents that are out there, you think that the kids is going to be as engaged if he pays zero? Mommy paid all of it. Daddy paid the whole 20 grand. And you had nothing. Is he going to go to school on time that day? Is he going to study as hard that day?
No.
Is he going to drive that same? But he's got 10 grand on the line. Oh, guess what? I think he's a little bit more advanced. That's what they call having skin in the game. So I didn't really realize it as a kid, but as I grown into a man, like I think that was a great freaking lesson for them. But I did take them, and every time I would do something, even on the house, I would just tell them, "Hey, come here. The garbage hose went out. All right, well, cool. This is an opportunity for you guys to learn. Come here, boys. Sit down right here." And I would take it out. Hey, hand me a wrench, do whatever. And then eventually, oh, the toilet went out. Okay, this is how you do it. Or the tire, you got to plug a hole and it's got a nail in it. We're going to pull it out. We're going to put a plug in there. And then later on, my sons, they kind of hated it for a while. Like, man, I don't want to go freaking paint that place. I don't want to go freaking do this, right? But I take them out there in the summer anyway, And, but then I remember Joe, like, he'd go and have paint all on his hands. He'd be in high school and they're like, "Joe, why you got paint?" "I was painting this place and putting new cabinets in this house." "You know how to do that, Joe?" "Yeah, I know how to do that." Then all of a sudden it started to sound like pretty cool because the girl's like, "Ooh, that's like man stuff." So even when he had his girlfriend, he worked at a construction supply house that sold like bricks and sand and all this when he got a little bit older because he had a little background in construction and with things like that. So she got a nail in her tire. So he brings her back home. He takes it and puts the spare on there. Because I showed him how to do that. Get the jack out, So take your lug nuts off. Takes her back to the house. She's like, "Oh, Joe, we got to get a new tire." So no, we don't. Pops it out, puts the plug in there. "Oh my gosh, Joe, you know how to do man stuff." Now all of a sudden, it's cool when you see him like, "Heck yeah, son, that was cool." Like these little life lessons. And even my son today, my son Josh, he's with his mom in their place in Arizona, and he's doing all that stuff on the house because, like, "Oh yeah, Dad, I had to do this, I had to put up a fence, I had to do that, and I had to do new plumbing. The sprinklers they're broken. I had to put new pipes out there and add." And I'm like, "Let me see the plants you put in. Let me see the little fence. Oh, you put a garden in there. Yeah, I put a raised garden, Dad." And he knows how to do it. Yeah, we put all new faucets. I put all new inside the house. It looks better. I'm like, so. Sometimes I didn't think that they were listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You guys weren't even paying attention,
Right.
but they were paying attention.
Yeah.
Especially
So
when
yeah, there is a
when it
time.
comes down to your wallet and spending money and having someone do it for you, and you're just like, hold on. I've done this before. I got this.
Yeah.
I don't have to go take it to get it fixed or hire somebody.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a little bit sad. Like, yeah, some of the stuff makes sense when, hey, I'm going to do an oil change and it's $50, or I get out and I mess up my driveway and I get it. Go take it and do an oil change. But there's a lot of stuff that men today,
They don't know.
they're hiring it out and they don't even know how to do it.
They're hiring everything.
It's sad. There's no more metal shops, no more wood shops, no more any of these things that these guys are hands-on with it, So, I'm glad. I try to make the best out of those times, but the thing is, and I tell my nephews, man, like, don't do this. Just like, try to take a deep breath, try to slow down. That project for school is going to be there.
Yeah.
Them having a little bit of dirt around their ears is going to be there. If you don't get them all perfectly scrubbed down, you don't get everything perfect, you don't have their beds all made and tight, like, all that stuff's going to happen. You need to learn how to, like, just, you know what? Take it and take a deep breath. One of the biggest things I think should be done is we teach our kids, go to school and, learn all this stuff. You know what? You need to friggin' out of the blue, go grab that kid, take him out of school. Today is going to be a me and you day. And saying that I'm not going to teach you something more valuable than what you would have learned today. I'm going to teach you a timeout and take you and go do something and talk about something about life. And I did do that with a couple of them. I didn't do that with all of them. So I wish I would have.
My grandma called that playing hooky. Her and I always played hooky.
But
we saw a movie. We picked up my grandpa's paycheck.
But I didn't do it just to play around, though. You know what? It was a time for them to be able to chill, but it was also an intimate moment that I was showing that I'm taking the time out for you. This is me, you time, right? So I wish I would have did a little bit more.
You just wish you were a little bit more patient. That's how I feel.
100%, man. Like, for sure, patience.
Were you easier on your youngest, or like, do you feel like?
No. Well, yes. So my older two, I was pretty tough on my older, because the older two are a year and a half apart. Then I have a 4-year span and a year and a half apart. There's like 2 pairs. my ex didn't really like the way I parented. Sometimes I was real stern and strict and rough and in your face, and even the stuff I said, I will fuck you up if you do whatever, right? And they're like, oh my God, like, but did I do it? No, I didn't really freaking do like all that, but I wanted to put I wanted to scare the shit out of them so they wouldn't do it no more.
Gentle parenting isn't, look where we're at. We're in the timeout era. And
So
is
what
that
I
one of the
did,
things you would have done differently? Is you would have discussed that with her? Because it sounded like you guys weren't on the same page.
I'm saying what I'm trying to go down that line right now. So when I did the two parents, right? When I did my two older, I was rough on them. And then I said, okay, you know what? Like, I'm going to kind of back up and like, I'm going to compromise and let's kind of like do it your way. And I don't think it was a benefit at all by doing that way. So that rough, tough shit, matter of fact, one of my sons says, I wish you were even harder on me.
Oh, wow.
You were even harder because he sees it today because he's on his own. He's paying his own bills. He's doing his own thing. And he's like, Dad, I see where it paid. Like I was mad at you before. I didn't understand because I was just a kid. Now I understand what you were instilling in me.
So you feel like the second set, you were still a little more.
I was too lenient on the second one.
Yeah.
And I made a mistake there.
Right.
Sometimes people say, hey, you need to work it out with your wife. You need to listen and you got to back and you need to go. There's certain things that you shouldn't bend on. And one of those things that I see, and you see me all kind of hard, like as a man like that, some of those things are that because I know now after that, no, that didn't help them. And I watch time and time again, this softness and these boys just getting weaker and weaker. And matter of fact, I worked with this girl the other day and she didn't like some of my views, right? And so she was kind of going at it. And I said, well, then tell me, what do you think? She goes, you know what, Tom, it's not single parent. It's not just us that is raising these weak boys. It's men that are weak too. And I said, okay, well, break it down to me. Let me hear what you got to say. So she's like, I dated this guy. And she goes, we go to the fair and they want to do the thing with the water and you blow up a balloon and there's 10 people in a line and you're all trying to blow the balloon up first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they got a big old line. So here this lady, this man and this girl, whatever, waiting. He gets up there and he's like, hey, do you mind if my sons just play against each other? And then after the 1-1, then he wanted another one. Hey, can they do it again so the next guy can win? So he's a participation trophy guy. So she said it was so embarrassing and how weak this man was because he wasn't holding his kids. His kids didn't have to do the kids didn't have to do the dishes. The kids didn't have to like to the same degree, like, because, well, there's only 8 and only 9. They're 2. And I just thought, because I didn't see it like that because I'm a rough man. So I didn't look at it like this man that's doing this. And I'm like, good God, you're right. These guys are weak as hell out here. And that's why we have this.
Because they're not competing against men. Men aren't competing against men. They're competing. They're competing against women because they want to act like a woman. They want to be a passenger princess. They want to be treated. They want to have the same skincare and use all your same shit. So
that's why, though, I think it's really
they're competing with women.
But it's really important to have the man in whether he's a mentor or whoever, even if it's a single woman, right? So that he can compare to a man.
Well, I have a
Where
question.
am I at in life? And
hold on. I have a question because you're talking about because you're a man with 4 boys.
Yes.
Trina, you're obviously a woman with 3 daughters. Like, how was that with you? Because Daniela has a daughter. I had a boy and a girl, but my girl is, we all know, badass. So basically, I would say I have 2 boys, right? But as a woman with 3 girls, and your daughters are all girly girls. They're all beautiful, makeup, hair, like.
I think it was different though because we were teen moms. I feel like obviously I was a mother the day I had my first daughter, but I think there were different seasons in my life with each one, and I was going through different stages of my life that I parented different with each one.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, because
you're a teenager.
I was 16.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right. And obviously I had my village, my mom, my family that helped me along the way. So make it not that they made it easier, but I learned from the upbringing. But at the same time, like you were saying, not like what were the regrets or what would I have done differently? I think part of the way that I was parenting in the beginning was based off of how I was raised. So come to my third daughter, I was doing things a little differently.
Mhm.
And I think the thing that I would have done differently with my older two is not maybe, I would have taken the time to learn how to love myself enough to know that I deserved more so that my daughters could see then.
You wish that we were healed before we had kids, so our kids didn't have to heal with us.
Yeah.
That's how
because
I feel.
now,
Yeah.
now having conversations with my daughters that are in their 30s, it's more of like, you're a good, you're a good mom. You're a great mom. You've always been, you know what I mean? But it's like, you want to do better. And I've mentioned before, like, when my daughter said that, oh, we're pregnant, you're going to be a grandma. My first inclination was like, how can I be a better human being to these kids that I get to call my grandkids?
Yeah.
So that was what I did, was I went and worked on myself,
Yeah.
and worked on who I was going to be, which included being a grandma, but also being a better wife, a better parent, get to my third daughter. Then it's like, I'm not growing up with her. Now I'm a different Trina.
Did you hug your first two or your first as much as you did your last? Because for me personally, I wish I would have hugged Loran more when she was a baby, but I was 16
Yeah.
and I had no clue. Like, oh, you're with me for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish, and my grandpa told me, I think Loran was like 3 or 4, and he's like, hug your damn daughter. And I was
Yeah.
like, I did. He goes, hug her. Like,
Yeah.
and so I learned to hug her, but I look at her now, and every time I see her, I don't want to let go of her.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hug her enough the first like 10 years.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't healed, and that wasn't fair to her. Like, she
Yeah.
got the brunt of it all. Like, she really, really did.
Yeah.
Especially the loss that we went through together, right, of Javier and everything. But I wish I would have. So when the second one came, I always say that she survived. He was raised. I hugged him, kissed him. He was my papa, like everything, right? But with her, like, I didn't hug her enough. I didn't mother her enough.
Yeah.
And I see it now in her because I see how she is with Emery and Junior. And I'm like,
Oh,
Bubba, deep breaths. Like, what? You wouldn't have dealt with that. You wouldn't have put up with that. I was like, oh my God, I was
Yeah.
horrible.
No.
Like, I feel, but that's one thing, like, and it's not that I regret it because it was just life at the time, right? But I
Yeah.
look back. So now when I do see her, I like can't let go of her. Like, I love
Yeah.
to hug her. And it's okay because she's a girl. If I hug Seth every time I wanted to hug him, he'd be like, what is wrong with you? Like, get off
But you
of
get
me.
to watch her be a parent,
I do.
which you see you in her, right?
And it scares me though.
Really?
Yes. I was like, oh my
I think
God,
you're
was
just
that
hard-
mean?
Like, you're hard on
you're
yourself.
like, ew.
Yeah. Like,
yeah. I'm like,
turned out great.
she did turn out, she's
She's an amazing human
she
being.
is the younger version of me. She
Yeah.
is a hustler. Like,
Yeah.
she never wants to stop providing for her family to the point where Jackie and I both have to tell her, it's okay. Like what Tom said,
Yeah.
stay home with your family for
Take
the
a break.
weekend. You don't
Yeah.
need to go earn extra money on the weekend.
Right.
Like, but
All
in
the
her,
time.
yes, but in her head, like, no, I have my family. I'm like,
You almost got to have the permission to do that. You almost have to
Yes.
be told, hey,
It's okay.
like, so that it's still a productive thing in your life. So as long as you're accomplishing something productive, I'm moving down the road doing everything. So if it was today, this weekend, you're going to take the day off to spend with your time to be a productive thing with your family. Then I would have looked at it like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I am still doing the right thing instead of it only being
do you
money,
think
money,
it's
money.
that generation that we,
You stay busy.
so because
Well,
'cause then
yes
it
and
doesn't mean
but
you're not lazy.
Not every people are. They're way different.
because we grew up like that
There's a lot of
in a
people.
Mexican culture.
Mhm.
If you were bored, they found something for you to do.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you were just so like, and God strike me if I'm lying. My dad,
Uh-huh.
my sister's dad, I call dad, walked in the house in the morning because he comes and does stuff. And I had worked the night before,
Mhm.
so I was off at like 2 or 3, but I had woken up at like 8 for the dog. So I was like, oh, let me go lay on the couch and take a little cat nap. So he walked in at like 9 and 9:30. He goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just napping." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Well, I'm tired, Dad. I like worked till like 2, 3 in the morning." He goes, "Why are you being lazy?" And he was dead serious. And he's like, I think he's like 70 something. He's like, "You don't see me stopping." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I felt like I was 12 and I got up and I showered and I went on my day. And then like by 5 o'clock, I was like, "Why am I so tired?" I was like, "Oh yeah." Like, so we were raised not to stop and we didn't get to enjoy ourselves. And so I
Yep.
have to tell myself now, it's okay if you don't leave the house one day a week.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
like, I'm taking my
Yeah.
nap.
Yeah.
I'm going to my room and closing the door so you don't see me. I'm taking mine.
Why can't he comes every day and he checks on the dog. He goes around the whole house. Like I will have to say I'm spoiled. He goes around the whole house, checks on the dogs, and the only thing he requires is you don't have any Coke Zeros left in your fridge. And I'm like, noted, I will get some. Or he'll be like, the pizza in the fridge, whose is it? I was like, you can have it. Like he comes and he raids my fridge. When I don't have anything in there, but he comes and he does. So even if I try to sleep in, I will have to tell him, I'm working tonight. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow, which means don't come by. Oh, no, he's still coming by. He don't care. Get your ass up, lazy.
Does he care?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's your turn, Daniela.
I don't know because I have one. So I can't like, I totally understand like how you raise your daughters at different ages, different levels, different in your group. I feel like my daughter got all of that.
Yeah.
My daughter still lives at home. And I think we were talking about the other day when I said something about her not doing her chores.
Okay.
She's like, what do you mean chores? And I'm all,
She's not 12.
yeah. I had to think about it like.
But you guys are like roommates.
Yes, that's what I said. She's your roommate.
Yes, and then I'm thinking like, this chick's gonna be 30 this year. Like
Your daughter?
my daughter's gonna be 30.
She looks like a baby.
But if
does.
you look at her, she looks 14.
Yeah.
And then to me, or like to us, our kids are always our kids.
Yeah. And she's your only one.
Yes, and she's my only one, and I grew up with her.
Yeah.
She grew up with me. I was still a kid when I had her. You know, like you said, you become a mother when you have your child. But I was still learning to be a mother. I didn't know what I was doing. I was still, I tried to do my best. We did all our little pictures for every little thing, dressed her up in the little dresses and everything, struggling, like telling her, like, and I did feel bad for a while that I didn't give her a sibling.
Really?
Yes. I was like, okay, if I have a kid by 30, then good, right? Because I would leave like almost a 10-year gap between the two of them. Once I hit 30,
That's what mine are.
It was instantly like, thank God, another kid.
You didn't want another one?
I did and I didn't. Like
Really?
I didn't because actually because a lot of Misty's friends almost lived with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
it
for
was like
one
having-
reason or another, her different friends throughout her life were going through things. And we had one of her friends, Andrea, she came with her suitcase and she lived right next door in the apartment next door. She had a bed, she had room and everything. I think I remember I had said something, she had little shorty shorts. And mind you, they're like 9 and 10, right? And I had said something about like, you need other shorts or something, right? And she got all butthurt. She packed up her little suitcase. Like
She went back home?
Like she was moving out. I was like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Like come back. Like I thought it was funny as shit. She was packing her shit up. But I always had one of Misty's friends around. And anytime we did something, went to the fair. I mean, there were times we went to the fair on days that was like, bring 5 cans to donate and your kids get in free or something like that. You know what I mean? Or bring books to donate to kids or whatever it was to get a free ticket here and there just to get into the fair, And that was like our all day thing, our fair, and what LA County Fair, Orange County Fair. We always brought one of her friends, and it was usually one of her friends that was going through a season of their life and was always spending the night at my house. Missy always had, someone there. So it wasn't really like she was alone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I have another kid in here that I'm
Yeah.
responsible for,
yeah.
and it's, and we still, she still has all her friends to this day, that group of friends. But, like I talked about like branching out and meeting other people, getting other experiences. And I kind of wish that I enforced that to make her, because I was really hard on her. I am really hard on her still to this day. But I wish that I would have made some choices for her instead of letting her make them on her own.
Oh.
Because everybody kind of was like, well, you got to let her do things on her own. You got to let her do that. You got to stop spoiling her. You got to stop. I'm like, spoiling her? Bitch, I'm broke.
Yeah.
How much, like, I didn't have a lot at all, you know? So I'm supposed to live in like almost poverty just so that my daughter has to learn to live in poverty to like, no, I mean, I'm not, we were IDs, you know? So there was times when we got our tickets to the fair and I had $20 to spend.
To the day.
Yes.
Today, that ain't even gonna get you a drink.
Like, yeah, or we're bringing our drinks, we get a popcorn, or you know what I mean? Like, or Misty has $20 to spend. Jella
So
has
she
$20
didn't
to
really
spend.
know that you were financially stressed because obviously
No.
you gave her
Because everything happened. And Misty never asked me for anything. Literally, this girl never asked me for a pair of shoes. I gave it
Yeah.
because, you know, I didn't take her to Payless because I hated Payless shoes.
Oh my God.
And I
don't
think
get me
Payless
started
shoes
on
is why I
Payless.
have 100 pair of shoes in my house.
What were they? Red Wings?
No, they were Pro Wings.
Oh, Pro Wings. That's what they were. Pro
Girl.
Wings.
So
You mean you didn't?
If you
Did
live
you have to dance in the aisle with the shoes
Yes.
and run and
Yes.
jump?
Yes. And the thumb.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
press. I think that's why I got
You're
over 100
traumatized.
pair of shoes in my house. I got bins
Traumatized.
of shoes for every
Yes.
single outfit, right? So I
Yes.
think that's why.
I'm all looking at her shoes.
But like,
like,
I would buy her shoes, and all this girl wanted to do was wear Converse or Vans. I'm like,
That was my daughter.
I'm like, girl, you're running PE and Converse. Let me get you some nice Nikes or something. She's like, no, you know, but that's why your knees are all jacked up now. Running at Dana or Pedro High
with flat
with
shoes.
your flat ass shoes. Okay, that's why you got knee problems now, right? 'Cause you got run down, you'll run back up. But
Do you think because she was an only kid, it didn't matter? Because she really, other than being at school half the time, she wasn't like where my kids were comparing each other. Well, she got this and he got that, right? You're three girls, like
Yeah.
they have to share. The boys have to share, right?
Yeah.
You think
she
because
didn't
it was
have to
just
compete
her?
with anybody?
Yeah.
And she never even because she does have siblings that are younger.
Yeah.
That she loves to death, and you know they communicate. They you know have the same some opinions on their own dad, but she never like competed like Haley has a Nintendo DS,
Yeah.
or whatever, or Christian got this or Christian got that. Usually when I bought stuff like that, like a PlayStation, it's because I bought it for me.
Daniela's like, I want to play.
But like legit dead ass, I never played it.
You just wanted it because you wanted, to be able to have
because I wanted to know that I could get it.
Oh, yeah.
and I
I've
can
been
have
there.
it.
Yep.
Because
I
you
didn't
could
like-
afford it.
Because I could
Yeah, 'cause you
afford
can
it.
afford it when
To
you're
prove
younger.
to myself that I could afford
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, when I bought her something nice or maybe a little more expensive, it wasn't to like spoil her. It was to confirm that what I
to
was
heal
doing
your inner
was worth it.
But it was to heal your inner
Yes.
child.
But it was like
Exactly.
you said,
Yeah.
she didn't ask for
Yeah,
anything.
and she wouldn't even know the price of. She didn't even know what Lululemon was until I took her in the store one time, and she looked at the price. She said, "Oh my God!" But yet, I was buying her matching outfits with me.
Don't ask
She
me
had
about
no
Lulu.
idea.
Don't ask us about Lululemon.
Like she had no idea how much any of this stuff cost, but I'm buying it. I'm buying her a Victoria's Secret bra. I'm buying her the name brand stuff, right? But then she goes and looks at the price, and she's like, "Well," I'm like, "Yeah," but it wasn't to spoil her. It was for me
to prove to yourself that you could.
yeah. And what kept me going until someone was like, "Oh."
Slow down.
Like you're spoiling her. I'm like, well, I think if I was spoiling her, it would have been she was asking for it, she knew the value of it, and she was competing with somebody else for it.
Yeah.
But she didn't know any of that, and she didn't have other friends that had that stuff to be competing with. Her friends weren't sitting around with.
Well, let me tell you how I found out about Lululemon.
True religion pants on and
Oh.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like. They didn't have that, so she wasn't competing with them. She was just getting what I was getting. And,
Lorraine,
I hope that never made a target on her for other people to be like, oh, you're spoiled. You got this and that. She's like, what do you mean? Like, my mom just put these on my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lorraine and her little hood friends would go get Pro Club. Like, Lorraine wanted Vans and Pro Club. Like, she was my little, like, thug baby, right? Seth's like, I want some Lululemons. And I'm like, oh, well, let's go see. And I'm like, absolutely not. And he's like, just one pair. Well, this kid has a whole wardrobe of, so to him, he looks at me and my daughter like, oh, you guys are beneath.
Yeah, but he
me.
made a very good point. He showed me this secret.
Oh, here she comes,
and
Captain Save-A-Ho.
He doesn't just go and get things that are like, there's deals that he
Yeah.
gets.
Yeah.
So
He taught Trina how to go on the app and
Yeah.
get the deals and like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's my
Or when to shop on the rack and
yeah.
oh yeah.
He's
yeah.
my name brand baby, and Loran is definitely my survival. Go to the little Chinito store, get your little T-shirts for like. Well, they used to be like
She's
three.
got the Hanes shirt on.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You know what I'm talking about.
but why would it be? Shouldn't be frowned upon or considered that you're spoiling them. You could provide for them now,
Right,
whereas,
right.
like you
I
guys
think
were
it's a
saying, you were
sense of-
struggling before,
Right.
and now you can do it.
Well,
Why
that
can't
was
you?
where we were talking. We were walking through Disneyland, and we both had a moment where we're in Disneyland, and we're two grown
For a
women.
walk to get your steps in.
Yeah, and we're
Yes.
looking at stuff,
Yes.
and I'm like, I wish I was financially stable when I was here with my kids when they wanted something, and I was like, no, we're lucky
Yeah.
we came in and we're buying food. Like
Yeah.
we can't afford
Yeah.
this. And do you know, as a parent, I get where you have to tell your child no. I get where you have to say you can't afford this, but I did it so much. I was almost embarrassed to my own kids of like, we can't afford this.
Yeah.
Or my famous line was, wait till Thursday. Because what was Thursday for long
Payday, direct deposit.
So to this day, like, well, not anymore because he's on his own, but when he was in college, Seth would be like, hey, can we get this or do I have to wait till Thursday? And it was such a habit. Like, yeah, we could get it. But in my head, I was like, no, wait till Thursday. Like, I would make him
Yeah.
wait to like,
Yeah.
because I wanted him to learn. People are very impulsive. I need it. And he was kind of like that. Now he's like, I don't need it. And by Thursday, half the time he was like, I don't need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was hard in the sense of just, I felt like every time I turned around, and don't get me wrong, my kids were spoiled. And by that, I meant all their travel stuff that
They were
did.
well taken care of.
Right.
They had all, like, they never missed a softball or a baseball tournament. They had a glove. But, like, I learned with Seth a little bit more than Loran. And to this day, it almost backfired. Like, you don't need cleats. You don't have holes in them. You bring me cleats with holes in them, then I'll get you new cleats.
Right.
Well, by the time Seth was in college, I would get text messages from parents. Like if he was in an away game and somebody went and I couldn't, whatever. Seth needs new pants. Like they'll send a picture with a hole right here. And Seth, I'm not lying to you. My son would patch it up himself. He would carry around a thread and needle. My son wears shoes with holes in them and is like, no, they're still good, Mom. I just got one hole at the pinky toe. And I'm like, we're not on like food stamps.
But
Like,
then
we're
he's
not
got
poor.
Lululemon.
But he has he
for
will
outside.
he will wear Lululemon with his, and I'm like, you need some new shoes. Like, so it kind of like kicked me in the ass with him, like kid. And he's like, no, I'll just sew up my pants real quick, Mom. And I have sliders underneath. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
He's
Like,
got the thighs showing.
so when it came to their sports, they had absolutely everything.
Right.
He never missed a tournament. We stayed at the hotel that I couldn't afford with all the other parents who had money, right? Like I didn't pay this bill to make sure we had spending money while we were there. So they didn't really know as much as I knew. But when we were on that trip, I was like, as soon as I get back, I got to work 4 nights in a row
Yep.
to make up for all of this.
Yep.
So for me, that was one of the things like,
Creates a stress.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I was asking Trina, because with 3 girls, her stresses are a little bit more in the sense of fashion, makeup. And that's what I'm saying. We just talked about all that.
Yeah, I didn't. They're girly girls, but I didn't have to. They didn't ask me for stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No?
we did good with what we had. We
One
did
of the
good
other
with what we
things
had.
I think I wish I would have did, or even to this day that I'm still available to do, is to just let them say what they want to say to me, and to hear them out, and not to defend myself, but to say whatever they want to get off of them. You know,
That's the
off of their
hardest
chest.
thing.
Growing as they were growing up.
Even right now, to this day, whenever.
Okay.
I'm just saying, even whether they're growing up or whatever, there was like a lot of times, especially men, we're fixers. So you always try to fix it. So here, your son, I remember Joe had it, when he was younger, like, and he's trying to vent, and I'm just trying to come up with a solution and fix it. And my other son
Yeah.
told me later, Dad, just wants you to
Sometimes they
listen.
just want to
Don't
vent.
you to listen, So, but even to this day, my struggle with all of my boys, I, just want to make it be known that I'm still here, and I'm willing to listen to what they want to say without, trying to defend myself, or without having to talk, so that they can let out whatever's bothered them, or in any kind of way that I may have disappointed them or let them down.
With that being said, I have a question then. Is it their job or is it your job as a parent? Is it their job to reach out to you or is it your job to reach out to them?
Well, you're the dad, so the tail shouldn't wag the dog, right? So it's your job to make the that open, right? So I have numerous there's an opportunity right now. I'm doing it, right? So I've always put it out there. This ain't the first time I've let them know that this is available, but I'm just using it again right
Yeah.
now. So yeah, you gotta. Hey, I'm here. Just even if it's a text, sometimes I just like, hey, what's up, man? I'm just thinking about you.
Mhm.
Love
Well,
you.
you tell me
How
you
you doing?
send them
But I don't.
songs, you send them things all the time.
Yeah, well, some of them like I don't so much. My youngest, I give him his space. I will send it periodically, but not as much
Did he
because
ask you to
it's
give him
not.
space?
No,
Oh,
no. But if I just talk and I say what I say to you, and there's no response.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might get another thing, and I might be like, regardless and whatever. Hey, in 6 months from now, in 3 months, and whatever it is. But I'm not gonna be like, on you.
no.
I'm
But
not.
you
I don't need to
still,
do
yeah.
that.
But you
I don't need to do
still,
that.
so because
I
I'm
need to
just
force
saying,
myself on
yeah.
nobody.
Because I feel like as a parent, I'm always going to be communicative with my kids, even if I'm like, talk to me, like, what did I do? Like, let's make up, let's figure this out. Like,
They'll let you know, I'm sure, when it's at the point it is, because you have that intimate that's going to go back and forth. So you can, hey, talk to me because it's something that just had bothered them last week.
yeah.
Mine's a little deeper and longer than that. So it's just kind of,
But
it's
you're
out
not
there.
giving up on them, is what I'm asking.
No, no, I never give up. Well, like I said, what am I saying right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
But you're not going to force yourself on him.
No, I'm not forcing myself. God doesn't force himself on us. You have a choice. You want a relationship with me? I'm here. I've always been here.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
My arms are open. Come and talk to me. Use me,
Yeah.
my resources, my knowledge, my wisdom. Here to give it all to you, whatever you want, right?
Mhm.
But I'm not going to force it down
Yeah.
your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love you with everything, but I'm letting you know whenever different times come up, whether it's your birthday, whether it's just out of the blue. Yeah, watch a little something, send it to you. Like, hey, son, I'm missing you. This and that's enough.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You want to, you'll reciprocate that, and you'll say, hey, one day, you know what? Hey, Dad, I do want to talk to you.
Well, on that
So,
note,
there
before
you
we
go.
start getting teary-eyed,
Uh,
I think we'll close out with that. Thank you, Tom. Thank you,
Mhm.
Trina.
Yeah, thank
Daniela.
you.
Solomon, did you have any words of wisdom? Or did you get a little emotional listening to us all?
No, I'll say this. I think you guys sort of couch it as regrets, but I think by the time you were done, you realized it wasn't really regret, because you got to remember things come in packages. So if you had treated your kids drastically differently, they would have been different kids.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we all love our kids as they are today. My personal experience was my oldest. I didn't hug her as much because I didn't spend as much time with her. I was every other weekend dad. That's when I had her, and I felt like if I got emotionally close to her, that it would tear me apart when she was gone. Imagine seeing your kid
Yeah.
4 days a month, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So then you go to now you got a kid that's there every day, and if you hug her today, she's going to be there tomorrow. And so
Yeah.
it's a different kind of relationship, but
Yeah.
you still love them
Mhm.
both,
Yeah.
and it made them to be kids. And, like Alina, I don't think you should regret, like your child is not a direct result of how you treated her when she was growing up, because a lot of kids in that situation would be like, if they hated it, they're going to say, I'm not going to be like my mom was.
Yeah.
I'm going to hug my kids more. I'm going to do this more.
Mhm.
So, she saw the strength in what you did, and she saw the benefit, and that's why she does it.
Mhm.
But it's not because she regrets the fact that you didn't do it. So
Well, and I wonder if when I got emotional, or just because she's about to be 36 this year and she's grown, like I still, like you said, Danielle, they're still our babies, right? She was my
Yeah.
little yellow grass, and she was this little girl, this little baby that just, and I didn't get to enjoy it because I was a 16-year-old mom. I didn't understand it. So I think now, like,
Mhm.
you're right, Solomon. She's probably going to watch us and be like, oh my God, why did you cry? Like,
Yeah.
right? It's me that's
Yeah.
emotional because
Yeah.
she's no longer that little baby that can
Yeah.
just come. Like I look at old pictures, she was always on my lap because she was
But your
so
trauma
little.
isn't necessarily your kid's trauma.
Eh,
So what
yes.
you see, they could
They don't even look
experience
at-
something
she don't
totally
look at it like
different.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like your three daughters
Yeah.
all they all lived with you. They were all mothered by you, but each one has a different, they're going to say that your relationship was different from this child, this child.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
her perception are all going to be different, even though you guys were all together.
Yeah.
So it's,
Well, because Seth might see this and be like, "You didn't hug me enough. I needed more." I don't know.
You're like, you're not going to get hugged. You're going to get Lululemon.
yeah. Get you a new pair of shoes. Let me see your shoes. Now I'm going to look at his shoes.
I don't want to see
him,
your
I'll be
pinky
like,
toe.
Yeah. Oh, look
That's
at
your pinky toe? What is that?
Oh yeah, no, like, and you'll see next time, Trina, when we're around him, we'll bring it up. Like you saw Daniela when he was there, he's just all scruffy.
Yeah.
He's just like, this is how, like, but as scruffy as he looks, those were Lululemon shorts he had.
Oh, they
on.
were?
Yes, just so you
Because
know.
they're very comfortable and breathable, he said.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
The
no.
first time he ever
Oh, that's
got
right.
them, he said it's
They
like
had
your
shorts under shorts,
yes,
right?
and he says it's like your balls are sitting on a cloud in heaven.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
He's
I
worrying
was
about
like-
chafing, huh?
I need a pair of those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Tom a pair for your
Well,
birthday.
now your fans know.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Now your fans know.
Lululemon.
You want that and the
Uh-huh.
crease release.
the crease.
There you go.
Wow.
Dying.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. We all have Instagram, TikTok. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and keep coming back for all of our craziness. And until next time, bye.
Bye.